Hey, shalom, shalom. Hey, before I get started, of course, I like to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakurash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here pushing his word and truth and in all sincerity. Shalom. And here we go. Hey, man, it's another lesson. Again, I hope this is informative and edifying. But man, as the title of this goes, prophecy is coming to pass in a major way, or something to that extent. And that's the key, you know, everything that is happening, everything that's coming to pass, you're starting to see more people in the comments saying this is starting to look biblical. And yes, it is. Everything has been biblical. It's just the spirit is speaking, so it's loud now. Prophecy is loud, and let's get a few scriptures going into that. Like I said, we're just going to hit a few points, might transition into a few different things. We'll just see where the spirit take us. All right, but let's go to Jeremiah. What is that? Jeremiah 28, I believe. Jeremiah 28:8. And it says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries. And we're going to start right there as comma. And when you're dealing with prophets and prophecy, if they're not really speaking against the establishment, then are they truly prophets? So this whole, your TD Jakes and your Creflo Dollars and all of these different Joel Osteens and whoever else, when they're just talking heads, because they're not really speaking against Babylon the Great, all right, which is America, which it can be proven through precepts within the Bible. But do they go into that? Absolutely not. They keep it very, they have a spell over their people of this is what God is looking for, and it's actually the complete opposite. All right. So again, like it says, the prophets that have been before me, so Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, all of these prophets of old, they prophesied against those kingdoms. All right. That's what happened. So let's take a sip of my drink. Before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And that's what we've been prophesying. And that's what's coming to pass, because it's prophesied throughout the scriptures of what's to come. And what is that to come? Again, we're speaking against a great kingdom. What is that great kingdom? America. America is a great kingdom. See, this is a serious message. It's not a play. If you don't see what's happening in California, should really show you that something major is happening. This is not something like the game plan has been over. All right. I think I seen something. Somebody quoted and said, if you're not a conspiracy theorist, that's really a problem. And I'm not speaking in the senses of of leaning into this whole tinfoil conspiracy theory BS as well, but in the senses of questioning what's happening around you. All right. Everything should be being filtered through questioning what the hell is going on, and really through the spirit, filtering it through the scriptures. All right. So it says, reading this again, and it said, of many countries and against great kingdoms. All right. Against great kingdoms. All right. Of war. All right. What is on the horizon? War. All right. We have been prophesying about World War III, starting with our apostles and elders, for decades now. All right. War is on the horizon. War is coming in a major way. All right. What's happening over there in the Middle East, Russia, Ukraine, what's happening with Israel, Iran, what's happening with, Yemen and these different countries all throughout the Middle East and that part of the world, all right, is going to break out. Thus saith the Lord, all right? Thus saith what you see, All right, you could get that in Joel, the what is that? Joel, the second chapter or the third chapter, where it speaks about that their hind parts towards the basically towards the Red Sea, and towards the Persian Gulf, or what is that, the Black Sea. All right, which is that Saudi Arabian area. All right, that area is going to be what we know as the Valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, the Lord's Yahweh Shaphat, his judgment. That's what's coming. See, the Lord is a man of war. As Exodus the 15th chapter tells us that. And people are going to learn and see that in a grand way. War is on the horizon, and that's prophecy. All right. This is not because of some Illuminati group trying to do whatever they're going to do. All of what they're doing is of biblical prophecy. Somebody has to be the one that is going to bring in that great death, or that great trying moment. All right. Which is the hour of temptation. Who's going to be behind the hour of temptation? Who's the one that's going to be the reasoning for it? The elite of the so-called white men. All right. The elite of Esau. All right. Are going to be the true ones that are actually that the Lord is putting that evil spirit on to what? Try everybody. All right. To do what? To take that MOTB. Who's the one that's behind it? Who's the one that's pushing forth the technology, the agenda? All right. Is the little hats. All right. Which is Edomites. All right. See, in this day and age, these so-called white people in these little hats like to separate themselves as if like no, they're not white people and blah 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 blah. And it's just like, man, see, that's why the Lord don't deal with color. The Lord deals with nationality. All right. And them Amalekites are Edomites. Just as much as you country bumpkin redneck white people from Tennessee are Edomites. All right. The same goes for them. All right. Reading on. And it says, and of evil. Yeah. Our message, you know, what'd you have? You had Apostle, I'm sorry, saw a message. You had Trump talk about the prophets of doom. You know, again, if you're listening to a man speak from the Bible and the message is always, happy-go-lucky and feel good, and, it's all of that energy, you might want to question who the hell you're listening to, because all throughout the Bible, it speaks about evil. What does the word evil mean? The word evil means ill times, bad times. All right, that's what's coming. All right, 2025 came in, and it came in with nothing but bad times. All right, ain't been no celebrations. What the fuck we celebrating? What the hell is America celebrating? What are you celebrating? All right, this motherfucker came in with all kind of sounds and effects and events. All right, the damn near California is burning out of control right now. Okay, that's just one of the many things that are happening. All right, what happened to the orbs in the sky? What happened to that? All right. All of these things are happening. These are not good things. These are not things that are celebratory, happy-go-lucky, eventful things that are going on. All right. Reading on, and it says, and of pestilence. And look at what we're dealing with right now. Look at what's on the horizon. I don't know, but the new Fauci, the Dr. Fauci 2.0 said that Donald Trump on day one in office is going to have to deal with 5 health emergency issues. All right. There's the different pestilences out here brewing and bubbling right behind the scenes. And a lot of people are getting sick. All right. A lot of people are already getting sick behind whatever this is that's out here that just hasn't been considered to be a public issue to the point of addressing federally yet. But it's going to, because why? Thus saith the Lord, pestilences. All right. That's what's coming. All of that stuff that happened with Trump in 2019, 2020-ish range and zone, all that was just to lay a foundation for them to really put that pressure on people when this go around happened, man. That's all it was. It was laying the foundation, getting the people molded to be able to see who and who's not willing to go with this agenda. That's all that was. And what happened is a lot of you people, you folded. All right. You folded. You took that jump shot. And who knows? All right. This new virus could just be an excuse to say why a lot of y'all with that duck sauce and you just gonna start dropping dead. A lot of y'all might just start dropping dead and it's this new virus and you gotta take this. Whole time y'all's jump shot sauce is that duck sauce in you is expiring. All right. A lot of things are going to 10144. A lot of things going to start transpiring in a real way over the next several weeks and months, and hopefully not years, but over the next several weeks and months, a lot is going to transpire, and all the game playing and all the bullshitting and dragging your feet on things and slow to judge and make decisions. That shit gonna cost everybody. All right. See, the scriptures speak about, I'm gonna finish this. The scriptures speak about the Lord giving quick judgment. Some things you gotta be quick with. Some things is like you see you see it's on bullshit. You gotta know it's on bullshit and like I'm good. Move on. A lot of people like to drag their feet in bullshit and then wonder why you done wasted 2, 3, 4 years on some stupid shit. We ain't in the game playing times, man. All right. And this place gonna keep everybody in that game playing spirit until what? You out here running around looking crazy, looking stupid because you don't know what the hell been going on because all you've been doing is playing games, being in a simple mirth mind frame, thinking it's all about this simple ass American dream, whatever that is. Here it is, it's 2025, and damn near everybody in America is through. Everybody in America is through. They just too proud to show the difference. All right. Everybody's stressed the fuck out. Everybody is tired. Everybody is overworked. Everybody is everything that you could think of. That's everybody. Okay. So what are we talking about? But see, it's that pride. It's the pride of, well, I don't want to seem okay. You're gonna see. Yes, sir. Hey, shalom, shalom. How about Shemi Abashai, about Shem Kajas Barakathah, Barakatham to all the sincere Akim and Akwaf out there. All right. So reading on, and it says, the Lord which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord have truly sent him. And you all are going to know, as it says in Ezekiel, that you shall surely know that a prophet have been amongst you, because ain't nobody going to get an excuse. I like how I see how the algorithm is even picking up how these lives go. It's more random people coming in and viewing and watching and seeing these things. The views are climbing, all right? Because the Lord is closing the door on this. There's no excuse, all right? There's no excuse to nobody when the Lord really open up on this place of why it's happening. If when the shit hits the fan and your mind doesn't go to, oh man, how about Shimmy I was shot getting down on this place, then I'm pretty much sure you're not in the right spirit. Your ass think about Trump, or you thinking about the Rothschilds, or you're thinking about whatever the fuck you thinking about. I promise you're not in the right spirit. And it's gonna show, the Lord gonna really show and prove that. He's gonna prove where your fear is. He gonna prove that. All right. Like, so let's keep going. All right, so let's go from there to boom, 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 boom. You know what? Since I said that, let's go to this. Let's go to Ezekiel. I quoted it. Let's go. All right, but prophecy is the key. All right, Islam doesn't have prophecy. All right, Christianity doesn't deal with prophecy. All right, your manosphere Andrew Tates don't deal with prophecy. All right, let's see what you got there. Hold on. What's that? Proverbs 16 and 18, and it says, pride goeth before the destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. And that's it, man. This is the most prideful people that probably ever been on the planet Earth. That's why the fall got to come so strong. All right, the Lord got to bring that wrath and that thunder on these people, because these people really do believe. See, these people do believe that they are Hey man, you too, brother. I pray same for you, man. I pray all the sincere, brother. I pray all of us that's doing this, we get out of here, man, for real. It's the waters. But like I said, let's read this. This is Ezekiel 33, and we'll go straight to the point. Verse 3, and it says, and if when he seeth well, I'm sorry, at the top, for edification's sake, Ezekiel 33 and 1, and it says, again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, and if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman. What is a watchman? That's another title for prophets. All right, the prophets, which were once called seers, are watchmen. That they're the ones they're the ones, all right, that watch. All right, like you have physical watchmen, but then you also have your spiritual watchmen. All right. And it says, in the when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he bloweth the trumpet and warn the people. And that's what we've been doing, starting with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And really, the men that teach this word in the truth around the world, all right, that are in this true spirit, the true doctrine. They don't got to be necessarily in Great Millstone, but you get my drift, is that doctrine, that understanding, that's the way. All right, we're not going to play anymore with all of these things. Yes, the scriptures speak about where we're not, that there's more heavier things and matters. So this is not about Sabbaths and new moons and things of that nature. This is about spiritual discerning the times and understanding that we got to really have our minds and our on stand, like on ready. As the scriptures say, that so that the thief not overtake us. We shall not be overtaken as others, because we're expecting it. We're not dumb dogs. We're very alert dogs. That's why the apostles and elders are riding us in the spirit of what? Producing more, being on point more. That's the point. All right. So again, it says, when he seeth the sword come upon the land, and he blow up the trumpet and warn the people. And that's what this is. These lessons, these videos, all of these videos are trying to warn our people of really what the hell is about to go down. And what the hell is about to go down is not something light. It's not something to just overlook and, like Jacob trouble is going to happen, and you just going to, oh, that was last Wednesday that Jacob's trouble happened. It ain't going down like that. Like it's just going to be something that you just glaze past and move forward on. No, this is going to affect everybody. All right. And Jacob's trouble is Esau's trouble, everybody's going to be in trouble at that moment. That's the Lord going to start with Jake and put that fire on us in a way. But in the same sense, it's going to be all out chaos. The scriptures speak about as a time that has never been. That's that time. And everybody, that's the sword. That's what we're warning the people of. We're warning the time of people of Jacob's trouble to come. All right. But what? Most of Jacob is not listening and will not listen. And they're going to be slaughtered. See, this is the time, man. The Lord, like, I don't know if about maybe other brothers, but I know me in the spirit, man, like, I like the Lord is putting a cold spirit on me. Not cold towards brothers and those that are, I love brothers. I love brothers. I love their families. Even if I've never met you, I love the spirit of a man that's striving to do the right thing in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So I'm in support of that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as outside of that, man, is really getting to the point of you got to really be locked in on some, man. The Lord just going to start bringing great wrath and judgment across this land. And that's going to hit close to home. And we got to accept it and deal and be ready for it. And really, it's going to evolve to a point to it where it's going to be let the dead bury the dead, man. I've been meditating on that a lot recently. Like, man, it's going to get to a point where you're going to just have to be in the villain, brothers and sisters, for that matter. Some people are going to be close to you, and it's going to be, it's going to be out of there. They're going to die however they die. And you just going to have to really make a hard-nosed decision in some cases where, as examples of, hey, I got to, my such and such just died. Please, Lord, let me go bury him. The Lord was like, nah, we got work to do. And it's going to get to that point where it's like, you're going to have to really Stop tiptoeing with it, and stop trying to be and stop being afraid of offending family and so on and so forth, and people that may know you, man. All right, we moving forward. We're moving towards our mark. We got a straight gate to go through, and a lot of people is not going to like what it takes for us to get to that straight gate. And you just got to be ready to be, as like I've been saying, is you got to be ready to be the villain, man. See, Yahushua is our hero and a savior unto us, and we worship him, we all of those things. But on the same flip side, Yahushua is a major villain to the 2/3, and he's a villain to the other nation. Let's look up that word. What does it mean to be a villain? It's balance. See, I wasn't even really thinking about this, but that's just the spirit, because see, love and hate go together, so if you expecting that like, we always focus in on the hate. The scriptures speak about the hate gonna be strong, the hate gonna be heavy, but at the same time the love gonna be even stronger. That's gonna be coming for the support of the ministry and the support of the brotherhood and the increasing of the brotherhood. That's going to be so strong that hate is they going to grow simultaneously with each other. So in a sense, if you think you're going to play through this and get to the end, and you just gonna be Mr. Nice Guy, and you ain't step on no toes, you ain't somebody ain't talking shit about you or got bad things to say. If you think you just go, like, I get that the scriptures say be blameless with all. Of course, even so, this is the point of even within being blameless, is that you got to be blameless to your how about Shimmy Shai with how you deal with people at the end of the day. Because some people gonna be they're not gonna rock with that. Some people only respect disrespect. It's just so many things that we're dealing with this. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know I'm rambling, but trying to build a point of just, hey man, you just got to be okay with being the bad guy with some people, So it says a villain is as an insult, a base or a low-born rustic, a peasant, a farmer, a commoner. Those are the original terms for it. It says properly a bondsman, the lowest class of unfree persons. Yeah, so technically we are really villains in this society. That's how people look at us with such gross. So technically speaking, all of Israel is a villain within this society. But let's just see if we get some more of a more common definition of what we're used to. Let's just Google it real quick. Bear with me. What we say? We look at a villain. Yeah, a villain is a character or person who is intentionally evil, harmful, or breaks the law. A character in a story or a play who opposes the hero. Who's the hero in Esau's story? We are in his heaven. We are in Esau's heaven. We are in our hell. We are the tail. You got to understand. So even so, us being prophets, we're the bad guy. Technically speaking, unto this system, we are the bad guy. That's why even when they come down, they're not going to see them coming down on us as if they're wrong, because you got to see the psychology of it. Like, we're the bad guy in their system, and we choose to be the bad guy to be right with Yahweh Shemi Shai. That's the rebellion that we're showing towards this system. See, this isn't like some little play. A lot of people think this is a game. A lot of people think that this is just something that we are just, no, you got to really be moved in the spirit to do this, because this is heavy. We are heroes, and we are all the good, the glory, that we're all of that in the eyes of Yahweh Shemi Shai. But the test is, are you willing to be the bad guy in this whole fucking place for my name's sake? Are you willing to look like the scout, like an asshole? Like, are you willing to do all those things to be me, to be in good grace with me? That's why the scriptures say, he that hateth not mother, father, brother, and so on and so forth is not set to be a disciple, because it's a testing, even that's a testing grounds. How you gonna play your relations with your so-called kin versus with dealing with the Lord and what the Lord got set up? All right. So you're gonna have to be the villain this year, man. Moving forward, man. All that, and whoever, this is just a general statement, even with myself, like, in certain relationships and certain aspects of this thing, you just gonna have to let a nigga hate you, man. Let these people fucking hate you. It ain't about fucking people over. Don't take this the wrong way. This is not about fucking people over. This is about understanding and coming to the conclusion of a matter and understanding who is who and who ain't who they ain't. And who is it that I can, who is it that is solid, that I know I can depend on in this space, and who can't. And all that playing around, that shit, man, it's time to let go of certain luggage. We moving forward, man. All right. So again, let's moving on with going back to the Ezekiel, right? And it says, verse 4, and it says, and then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. Because sooner than later, this thing is going to really collapse in a way where it ain't going to be on us no more. Think about the apostles and elders and how many videos that brothers in general put out, collectively, individually, a lot of videos of warning. Because that's all every video is. Every video is a warning. Even if you talk about herbs, it's a warning. It's a warning to you because there's a reason behind it. Hey, you gotta, hey man, take care of your body, because the devil is breaking us down through his water, his medicines, his food. Everything goes back to warning you of the sword. Because who's the sword? Who is that sword? Esau is the sword. All right, let's see if I could get that. Let's see if I could find that. How long we been? Okay. This is Psalm 17 and 13. And it says, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. We read that again, Psalm 17 and 13. And it says, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So in Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter, we're warning the people of the sword to come on the land. Who is that sword? What is that sword? That sword is really the wicked, which is Esau. Esau is the wicked. You want to, wait a minute. How do you say Esau, the so-called white man, is the wicked according to the Bible? Well, okay. You want another scripture? Let's go there. Malachi 1, and we're going to start at the top and read down real quick. It says, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob and hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. I'm probably sure you're wondering, like, wait about how you link Esau to the wicked. Here we go. Verse 4, it says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, excuse me. Because there was a time where where Esau was in his caveman state, where he was at a very low base, juniper root state. He was impoverished, right? But we will return and build the desolate places, and he did, which what happened? That's where you get your Renaissance period, the rebirth of Esau, going to the 1300s, give or take around about that time. That's the Renaissance, the rebirth of who? The Edomites. That was when they came out of the Dark Ages, came out and started basically their path of kicking ass and kicking shit, taking shit as they have since. Which you can get that in the book of Revelation. Okay, and now reading on, and it says, and they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. Esau is the wicked. He is thy sword, the Lord's sword. So the sword that is coming across the land that Ezekiel is prophesying about in Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter, is going into Esau flooding the streets. Esau with his draconian laws. Esau basically, see, people going to see. And it was spiritual the other day, you know, a stepson is he had basically he's starting to deal with history in his classes, right? And the first thing that they touched on in their history was, it was funny. Because I was doing a lesson the other day right before I went to go pick him up, and I was speaking about Rome, and now he was talking about, hey, you know, we were talking about Rome, and he was going into, I like, see, because that's how you know that this place is nothing more than just simply um, um, a revamp or the reincarnation of the Roman Empire. All right. But why am I speaking on the Roman Empire is because how did Rome get down? Rome was fierce. Rome didn't play. All right. Rome did not play with their people, they were known for their soldiers, their military might. So when it comes down to it, when they bring those draconian measures, which draconian measures goes back to Rome, all right, um, it's going to be something vicious. Okay. It's going to be vicious. So that's why we do these lessons. That's why we speak about the pestilence, the wars. We speak about the MOTB. We speak about the famines. We speak about everything that you could imagine, the increase of violence, the false flags, everything that you can imagine, because we got to warn the people and shake them out of this state of believing that these people are in your favor. These people are not in your favor. These people are not for you. These people are looking to F you over, you know. It doesn't get spoken on a lot anymore because why? They destroyed it with the Georgia Guidestones. All right, dealing with what? Maintaining, the first law was what? Maintaining humanity at a natural perpetual level, roughly paraphrasing, of 500 million. And me and the brothers in the Georgia camp, in the Atlanta camp, we went out there many years ago. We drove all the way out there, did a lesson out there, and saw it, and you could read it in the different languages and stuff. But they destroyed that because it's, you know, again, it came to pass. You see, everything is happening on the left hand side and the right hand side. This is the ultimate chessboard. All right, pieces are being moved and things are happening where it's going to be a showdown between Jacob and Esau. See, at the end of the day, Jacob and Esau will lock horns before we get out of here, man. All right, I always reflect on this, is that this is the longest going war that has been on the planet Earth. Yeah. The war between Jacob and Esau is the longest war. When you really think about it and ponder upon the relationship between us, we have been warring as nations since we were in the womb with Jacob and Esau. They were fighting, all right? And it's been a fight ever since. So again, before we get the victory, all right, which is prophesied for us to get, Jacob and Esau will lock horns, and it will be a battle to the death, and the death of Esau. All right. So back to Ezekiel 33, and it says, verse 5, and it says, he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. And that's what it's all about, taking the warning. But the pride of our people and the stiff neck of our people and the wickedness of our people will not allow them to actually consider what is being said. So you got to ask yourself, if a person is telling you about something, you know, in the senses of the government, you got to ask yourself, what benefit is it really to you as a regular common person in America to really believe and trust in your government if somebody close to you is telling you, hey, X, Y, and Z, this is BS, this ain't right, this is what they're trying to do to us, warning you, so on and so forth. Why would you shut the hell up to that? But then some talking heads, but see, that's the programming. That's the actual putting you under the spell. And see, I saw a video. This is why they're getting rid of this TikTok, man. Because this woman said that and I might transition into the subject matter as well, is that there's no more bread. This is what she said, is there's no more bread and they're burning the circus. And I might even do a separate lesson on that. That's a hard title when you really think about it, is that there's no more bread. So now they're burning the circus. What is a major portion of the circus? And for those that don't know what bread and circus is, that's what the Roman Empire, again, bringing up the Roman Empire, showing you the links between the two places, that they were using bread and circus as a propagated system to keep the people in check and keep them in this this consumerism state of a person. You know, entertainment is the circus side of things. The entertainment, the coliseums, the shows, all of that. The what's the other one? And then the bread is the food. All right, always the consuming and so on and so forth. So even so, bread is also a thing of money as well. So money, that's why they always do the tax seasons, stimmies. They do these things to keep money in your pocket to do what? Go eat, go entertainment, travel, you name it. That's what they use to stimulate and keep their system going. They're using you by giving you things. And so that's how it works in a debt system. How do they make their money? They make their money off of the consumer's debt. Okay. So again, like it says here, you know, that's the part of the warning. All right. But if the watchmen see if the sword coming and blow up not the trumpet, which you got a lot of men out here that know about what I'm saying. They know and understand through biblical prophecy and these scriptures, and know that Yahweh Shem was shy and so on and so forth. But when it comes down to it, they just think in their mind, oh, I'm just a listener. I'm just a listener. And you've been just a listener for 7, 8, 9 years because you've been thinking, oh yeah, it's about to end. Your brother's right, yeah. And then you get mad at us when it doesn't come to pass because you've been banking on just being a listener. So now you transition, you put down your believing cap and you put on your scoffing cap and look at us like we're the ones that deceived you. No, your lack of work deceived you. You thought you weren't gonna have to put in any work. All right. So again, man, you men that are the spirit has moved on, and you've been elder watchmen, you've been elder YouTube watchers. All right. Nah, man, get your ass up and go get to work, man. It ain't hard, man. This is not hard. All right. There are parts of it that get sticky and complex, yes, but in the spirit of just simply hitting a few scriptures and putting out edification and flooding this worldwide web, this unicorn with videos, that's not hard. All right. And this is the spirit, I guess, because it's like, I didn't think that I was going to talk about this and this, but in the spirit of it, if you out there and you are now waking up to this in the last few months, you know, you might have woke up in this in 2023, 2024, you know, you trying to figure out what the next move is. Hey man, through the spirit, if I was, just in the spirit of answering or consulting that subject matter, really in the spirit, you should really just be looking for a great millstone camp wherever your local zone is, whatever state, city, region you in, and just honestly jump into a system that cultivates and allows you to grow. All right, it pushes you to grow. It wants you to grow in the spirit. Just keeping it real. All right, we're not playing over here. I sound like Suge at the Source Awards, but no, in the spirit of it, there's a lot of people that wake up and are learning that they're Hebrew Israelites, and you're trying to figure out what it is the next move that you're going to do. See, with me, when I heard about this truth, it wasn't as big as it is today. It wasn't as widespread as it is today. You know what I'm saying? So, it was the other camps as well. And I didn't know about a great millstone in the first maybe year of me knowing that I was a Hebrew Israelite, but searching. This ain't the time to be wasting time. That's why I said it's like, man, these other camps, they full of shit. And I'm just keeping it 100. Not all, well, whatever, man. All right. If it doesn't apply, let it fly, man. But you know what I'm saying, man. It's a lot of gimmicks and bullshit. All we're here to do is warn the people of what the hell is going on, man. That's it. It don't gotta be pretty. All right. So don't overthink this, but think about it from a spiritual aspect. Who is feeding the flock? Who is truly feeding the sheep? Who fed you? Who's really feeding you? All right. And when I really started getting fed in the spirit, it was from the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right. That's when I was like, yeah, this is it. You know. And then I jumped in, and I didn't sit back and no, yeah, well, and well, I'm just a listener. No, I felt compelled. And I can remember the moment like it was yesterday where I felt so cut listening to somebody. Like I'm at home watching men put the work in, but I'm not doing the work. So it made me feel cut. And I had to figure it out. And here we are today through the spirit. All praise Yahweh Shemi, I was shy. But the point of it all is that that window of time is about to close up. So that whole like, man, if I, stop putting it off, man. 6 months later, 6 months later, 6 months later, 6 months later, before you know it, man, you've reached 2025. This ain't the play. Stop playing, man. All right. Reading on, and it says, and if the sword come and take any man from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hands. And that's what's going to happen. A lot of men that are not taking his word seriously, putting in the work that's necessary to their measure, are going to find themselves dying for niggas. 144. Dying for niggas' sake. Dying for 2/3 niggas because you didn't want to tell them niggas to get their shit together or the Lord gonna kill them. So instead, you put your talent in a napkin and sat on it, and it was quiet, and you thought that me just telling people at dinner about being Israelites and harassing my family members with this word was doing the work. And now you wondering why you in a predicament, in the situation that you in, man. The Lord was very particular and at the same time merciful about us doing the way that we do this work, that there really is no excuse, So again, it's all about, do you truly fear Yahweh Shemi Awashai, or are you just moved emotionally by this? And I'm gonna be the first one to tell you that the emotional side of this, you age, That scripture speak about that zeal, man. Think about a relationship. That's why you got to continuously put the work in to keep the fire going. Keeping, as a beloved brother of mine says, that entry level fire. You got to keep that going, because see, it's easy for you to get used to things. Like a woman, man, when you first met your woman, you was all into her. Everything. You wanted everything. You wanted to hold hands. You wanted to kiss. You wanted to spend every becking time, you wanted to be locked in, which is natural. There's nothing wrong with that, But what happens over time, it starts, you get used to each other, you don't shorty done, you done got used to her farting and burping and all types of, just being around people type shit. And then it loses its fire. And then what happens? That's why in this society helps relationships burn off quicker, because of the way that it forces us to be. It's not natural. But that's another lesson for a whole nother time in the spirit, but which is focusing in on the fact of you could start to take things for granted, So again, it says, and if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hands. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman upon the house of Israel. Therefore shalt thou hear the word at my hand, and warn them from me. When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die. And if thou does not speak to the wicked warn the wicked from his way, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. And that's it. You can't. 144. All praise Yahweh Shemi Awashai. So at the end of the day, the wicked of our people, the 2/3, they have no excuse. They can't say that nobody didn't warn them of the devastation and destruction that's coming, and telling them that, hey man, get right with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. No, this is his name. His name ain't Jesus. His name ain't Allah. It's not Yeshua. It's none of that. His name is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. When you pray, pray to that. All right. That's your power. All right. You've had everybody gonna have the chances, man. Everybody. I'm convinced, I feel in the spirit that, as like Apostle Tahar said years ago, that basically he feels that all the elect is sealed. We just letting the time pass, through the spirit. And through the spirit, I feel like, man, really, everybody done heard about this truth, man. I don't believe that there's nobody out here, even in my position where I'm at now, and where I was teaching at, the spirit even had it where people was gravitating to a zone where I'm like, I've never seen nobody down there. I've never seen it where I was teaching at. You know what I'm saying? It was in a cut. But then now it's people gravitating and walking through because we're a light. So that even so, there's no excuse to these people, man. There is no excuse to anybody to say that they have not heard about. Nobody out here in this day and age can say that they haven't heard about the Hebrew Israelites. All right. Everybody and their mama, from young children to old people, have heard about the Hebrew Israelites or seen them or experienced the experience, however the chips fall, And it says, nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his way to turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. And that's what it's all about. We believe in believe in the delivering of souls. This is what it's all about. We really want our people to get right, but we also understand through biblical prophecy that the majority of our people can't get right and will not get right. So you know what? We got to accept that. And we got to be stern and stand on that and not waver in that energy when the Lord really turn up that energy on these people, because that's what's coming, man. All right. See, as we talk about prophecy, the Lord speaks about his prophecy and the devastation of it. All right. Everything now is still like, oh, wow. Well, it's going to get to a point where it's going to just, the death tolls are going to reach from one side of the globe to the other side. It's going to be you're not going to be able to not see it. Scriptures speak about their stench and their dead bodies and carcasses and their bodies being as dung, and no man shall mourneth them. And these are biblical prophecies. All right. We're going to get to a point where people are not going, it's not going to be no time. It's just going to be somebody died, and they're going to have to, remove that body out of their house, or whatever the case may be, or in the travels or in a car. You see these apocalyptic movies where it just be bodies everywhere. That's where this world is going. But people still think that Trump is going to make this place better. No, nigga, Trump is going to make this place worse, as every American president has been doing. All right, they make it better for the rich at the top, and they make it worse for you regular ass peon ass people. And that's everybody in the eyes of these elite, man. All right, if you're an American citizen with a driver's license and a social security number, you are a peon. All right, and they're looking to mow over these people. All right, but see, everybody think it's a game. Oh, that's a conspiracy. You're just paranoid. Okay, we'll see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see very soon. You could this whole BRICS thing, man. All right, you got you got the BRICS nations, and that conglomerate is roughly, I think, 50% or some high percentage amount of the world population. Like 50% of the world population is part of the BRICS nations. America only makes up maybe 4% of the world population. Like, what are we talking about here? Do you not see the shifts that are occurring? These different economists, these different military men, high-ranking military men, retired military men, are all speaking on the same thing, that the American government is the empire of America is not the top power anymore in the world. But see, you American people, you're so used to this born in the USA. Yeah. You got that indoctrination into you so heavily that you just, oh man, America could never not be the world power and the, superpower. We're the #1 country in the world, and all of that indoctrination that you've been eating up for the last 40, 50, 100 years has just been that. And the idea of that is just so far-fetched that it's just like, what are you talking about? We have, they hit you with these simple ass points where it's like, what are you talking about as well? They have the same thing. The Chinese military is literally built it's built off of the stance of defeating America. That's the whole it's like, that's how America punches. Well, we're going to counter with this. Every bit of that military is built off of the basis of being a counter, anti-military to the American military. It's like he knows the weaknesses and they focus in on those. And that's just one part of the BRICS. That's not Russia. That's not Iran. That's not any of the other parts that are a part of that. So that goes back to that Jeremiah, the 28th chapter, about evil times and war. War is coming. And most of us here, we don't know what the fuck it looks like to be in a war zone. Let alone, none of us here know what it means to be America in a war zone. When was what are we talking about? The last time war was in America was the Civil War. You see what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what it's like to drone attacks above us and military attacks and strikes and all types of shit, and you name it, and tank attacks and all of that going on. We don't know what that's like. American people have no clue what that's like, especially on American soil. And that's what's coming this way, man. Thus saith the Lord. All right, not what me saying, the Lord saying this. All right, thus saith the Lord. War and speaking against great kingdoms. This is a great kingdom. All right, it's a great kingdom according to the scriptures. All right, it is great if you look around, but nevertheless, the Lord said He's going to bring it down. He's going to bring this whole thing down. He built it up to destroy it. That's it. That's His will. If that offends you or bothers you, then that's a problem that you have, not me. The warning is already out. This is Babylon the Great, and the Lord is going to destroy this place with fire. This place will be destroyed with fire, thus saith the Holy Scriptures. Take it or leave it. All right? All right, and it says, nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of their way. Okay, let's go to 10. Therefore thou, O thou son of man, speak unto the house of Israel. Thus ye speak, saying, if our transgressions and our sins be upon us, and we pine away in them, how shall we then live? Say unto them, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but the wicked turn from his ways and live. Yeah, the Lord has more pleasure in you repenting and getting right, because that shows such a high level of humility and high level of integrity. See, it really shows that's a part of being a Hebrew Israelite that really doesn't get highlighted. No, not even in the world of Israel. We here at Great Millstone, we do. Our apostles and elders push this, but these other camps don't really move in the senses of of integrity. It's the integrity of understanding that we are here because we transgressed against the Lord. That's why we're in this predicament. That's why we're all in the situations that we are all in, individually and collectively. I'm talking directly and only to Israelites, which starts with you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and you Native Americans, and you Israelites that don't look like Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, but are in the spirit and goes back to the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, so again, it's all about acknowledging, having the integrity to say, you know what, I'm a sinner. I was going off. I was wrong. I was wicked. I really, according to the Lord had every right to put me to death behind that. Having that repentful mind frame, 144, as a spirit, all praise Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is what the Lord is looking for. He wants us to turn from our wicked ways to be right. All right. But what is it prophesied? 1/3 will and 2/3 are not. It's just the weight of the Lord. All right. And it says, where are we at? And it says, turn ye turn ye from your evil ways, for why will ye die, O house of Israel? Right? Why, like when you look at our people, why are you being so stiff-necked and hard-headed to the point where you just won't simply acknowledge that you're wrong? Acknowledge this, simply acknowledging that you were wrong to the Lord. It's so hard for our people. You know, our people don't want to simply, because that's all repenting is. Repenting is just simply, you know, acknowledging your wrongdoing and turning and making a change. But our people don't even want to do that because of the pride, man. That's why the scripture that was on the comment board, pride cometh before the destruction and a haughty spirit. Our people are very haughty and full of pride. Like, how dare you tell me I'm wrong, nigga? How dare you point out a flaw in me? That's why the scriptures say, rebuke not a fool. And that's what it's getting to, man. Let these foolish ass niggas be foolish ass niggas. Let them be foolish, man. And let the Lord deal with them, man. All right. And you know, some people it's harder to like really accept that, but really you just got to accept it and wash your hands and move on, man. Let the Lord deal. All right. So it says, therefore thou son of man, say unto the children of thy people. I'm probably just gonna finish this up. Maybe get a few more scriptures and probably close up here. And it says, therefore, thou son of man, say unto thy children of thy people, the righteousness of the righteous shall not deliver him in the day of his transgressions. As for the wickedness of the wicked, he shall not fall thereby in the day that he turneth from his wickedness. Neither shall the righteous be able to live for his righteousness in the day that he sinneth. When I shall say to the righteous that he shall surely live, if he trust in his own righteousness and commit iniquity, all his righteousness shall not be remembered, but for his iniquity that he have committed, he shall die for it. So again, even this, it's not even about, this is not a race to see who could be the most, I keep the law, blah, 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 not to, the law is very important, but this is a thing of faith. This is really a thing of faith here. The Lord, when he came on the scene, when he was really like on the forefront battling the scribes and Pharisees and the high, he was the priesthood. He was battling all of that to bring in a new form, a new priesthood under the order of Melchizedek. Which is really a faith, a order, a priesthood that is based in faith first. It's a faith-based priesthood versus a work-based. Now you have to do your works. You're supposed to, establish the law as the scriptures say, but don't get it twisted that it's not of your own righteousness. This is a thing of faith, and this is really a thing of predestination. The elect was chosen before the foundation of the earth was established. So again, you got to remember that, it's, you don't know until you know, and that should be fearful to keep you in the right pocket. So it says, reading on, and it says, verse 14, and it says, again, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, if he turn from his sins and do that which is lawful and right. If the wicked restoreth the pledge, give again that he had robbed, walked in the statutes of life without committing iniquity, he shall surely live, and he shall not die. And that's all it is. That's the main objection. Restoring those pledges. See, that's part of your walk as well. See, because when we were in the world, we weren't right. We weren't on point, and we did wrong. We transgressed, and in some cases we did people wrong. And the Lord gives us a space in this walk to restore that. It's not that that's about directly restoring certain relationships and things. Sometimes it happens that way, but in the spirit of it, being in a repentful mind frame, changing, and sometimes you get to restore those things, but that starts with the integrity of it. See, a righteous man has a lot of integrity and is very much so about being blameless. But that is the balance of it, is don't become a punk in the process of also trying to be blameless as well. Sometimes by being blameless is by being the villain and letting people think that you are a villain and you ain't right. Let them think whatever they think, man. All right. At the end of the day, all that my validation comes from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right. hey, they hated Yahushua. Think about it. Yahushua was a villain, man. To the Roman Empire, to the 2/3, to the wicked niggas of Israel. Yahushua was a major villain. He was evil to these people. What you think is gonna be any difference between us? To some people, we're just straight out evil. We're fucked up niggas. Hey, a fucked up nigga. Yo, damn, just because I just don't want to do it, engage in this and do this, and I tried to bring this to energy. I'm a fucked up nigga. Damn. Damn, this nigga trying to be all healthy and shit, man. Fuck that nigga. You just got to be the bad guy in these scenarios, you see? All right. And it says, in none of his sins that he have committed shall be mentioned unto him. He have done that which is lawful and right, and he shall surely live. Yet the children of thy people say, the way of the Lord is not equal, but as for them, their ways is not equal. Right. See, their ways is not equal. Here it is. The Lord basically is fair. All right. The Lord is on point with how he judges up his matters. He keeps, like he said, if you do the right thing, you shall surely live. If you do the wrong thing, you're going to die. That's fair. But what about our people? They say the Lord is not fair. All right. And our people are not fair at all. That's why I say, man, sometimes you just got to take it on the chin and be the villain, man. Be the bad guy in the minds of some of these fucking these asshole people, man. Some people ain't right, man. A lot of these 2/3 ain't right. And I don't want to be right in the eyes of these niggas, man. I don't need their validation. I don't need these people, all right? I don't need their he's a good guy, this, that, and the third, or his words. These people words, good or bad, don't mean shit. If you're not in the spirit of serving Yahweh Shem Shai, I don't care really what you have to say. Now, is that to be rude? Like when I'm out and about and I'm not, talking to people? Yeah, sure. I'm gonna be the scriptures say, if it be at possible, be at peace with all men. So of course, we're not jerks for the sake of just being jerks. That's not being in the right spirit either. But at the same time, when it comes down to how you view and judge our lives and what we do and how we do what we do, a lot of people speak on the men of the Lord and what they do, and they pass judgment. All right, but you don't know our lives. You don't know what the Lord got us on and got us doing in our own missions. But see, that's what tries to choke you out. The thorns and the cares of this world, as the scriptures say, that the cares of this world will try to choke you out by you caring about how these people view you or think of you. Hey man, fuck these people. If it doesn't line up with the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, you really gotta stand 10 toes. As a matter of fact, let me get that. Stay in Ezekiel. All right, because man, like I say, the game playing is over. This is not a soft time. This is not a nice time. This is not a friendly time. This is a real time, and you need to take it serious and really understand what is happening right in front of you before your ass get got, man. All right, let's see. Let's see, where's it at? This is Ezekiel 3:8. And it says, behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy foreheads. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. So in the spirit of this, you gotta match their hard-headedness with righteousness. As people like to say, you got to match energy. Sometimes you got to match energies with these people. You know what? As hard-headed as you is on that bullshit that you want, is as hard-headed as I'm going to be. I'm going to be hard-headed. I'm going to be stiff-necked. As stiff-necked as you are on that bullshit, I'm going to be stiff-necked on my belief of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And that immovable spirit meeting an immovable you know what I'm trying to say? It's like two head-on collisions. That's what it comes down to. Because the Lord is going to make you harder. But who's going to be harder? The righteous. All right. At the end of the day. All right. You got to be rooted and established. These people aren't rooted and established of anything they believe. So you got to be on your, like, man, whatever, man. Hey, if you say fuck me because of this or that, stand on that. Say less. But I ain't worried about that. So again, man, I'm like I said, I'm probably gonna close up here. I've been going about a little over an hour. You know, nevertheless, man, prophecy again is popping off. Prophecy is taking off in a major way, and a major portion of prophecy is going to be a lot more offenses, a lot more heartbreak, a lot more betrayal, a lot more of these heartful, hard things are going to occur, and you got to deal. We're all going to have to deal because it must happen. You know, this thing gonna get real ugly before it gets pretty. All right, and that's the problem. Like I said, a lot of these false prophets are prophesying of good times and deceit. A lot of these pastors, they have their prosperity messages that they're still. I don't know how the hell you're pushing prosperity. All right, it basically in a prosperity doctrine church, really all you members are going to hell if that's the case, because you niggas are broke. This country is cooked. And you still talking about prosperity, nigga. You need to be talking about survival, nigga. You know, but nevertheless, man, you know, prophecy is happening, and people are gonna see it, see the ugly face of prophecy, man. Matter of fact, let me get that. Let's go to that. I want that. Ooh, that's a good one. I might close on this. This is Amos 3 and 6. And it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid? Shall there be an evil in a city, and the Lord have not done it? All right. And surely the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, will do nothing but revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. And that's why we come and we warn the people, letting them know of the evil that the Lord is bringing on this place. And if you can't see how evil it is outside and how it's increasing and how much it's increased over the last 4 to 5 years, I don't know what to tell you. More than likely, you are about to be steamrolled by the international bankers. Real talk, a lot, like at the end of the day, hundreds of millions, if not billions of people on the planet Earth are about to have their TVs turned off in an excruciating way. That's just the truth. Only 1/3 of Israel is prophesied to come out of Babylon the Great. Only 1/3. If you're a heathen, you're not getting out of here. If you're a heathen in this place, as what, 200 hundreds of millions of people are in America, which is Babylon the Great. All right, how many of that is Israel? I'm not putting a count on it, but nevertheless, however amount of the total amount is Israelites, only 1/3 of that is prophesied to be delivered out of this. So again, the mass majority of these people in this land are slated, promised death coming their way. This is about to get real bloody. The Lord is about to flood the spirit world. That's what's about to really happen. The Lord, the spirit world be clicking already, because death happens all the time. But the Lord really about to just, this shit about to look like 285 in Atlanta in traffic. It's about to be but the Lord is amazing like that, you know? So with that, I'm gonna close this up. I want to give all the glory and the honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Hey, double honors unto my apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here pushing this word in truth and in all sincerity. Shalom.